Hi everyone, welcome to Me Vision Academy. I've got a special guest today, Kenneth Sharpe. He's the CEO of WestProp Holdings all the way in Zimbabwe, and he's receiving his Successful Leader Award today. It's such an honor to be with him. Welcome, Ken.
Thank you. I like to be known as the Chief Energizing Officer, by the way, not the Chief Executive Officer.
Yeah, that's great. Energy is so important. I'm going to actually do the handover and then ask you just this one key question that we ask. So let me jump into This is our exclusive recognition of successful leadership awarded to Kenneth Sharpe for at least the following things. There could be much more. And that is consistently leading self and others successfully. Successfully leading as a visionary, an innovator, and an entrepreneur of your own business, WestProp Holdings, for over 15 years. I like the fourth one that we're offering is that positively and energetically impacting broader society, especially your home country, Zimbabwe, and being part of the solution as a leader. And finally, your commitment to mentoring, inspiring future successful leaders. And it's my honor to sign on behalf of Me Vision Academy. I'm going to stop sharing.
I love your caption there, to be the best version of yourself.
That is a journey to your best self. And we can see you doing that, Ken. So my key question is, in absolute essence, what have you learned about how to be a successful leader, which you wish you knew early in life? And maybe you've seen it from others or you've learned it yourself.
Yeah, that's a very deep question. I think when I started my journey as an entrepreneur, I was 17 years of age. I dropped out of high school. I didn't finish high school. I didn't finish A-levels. Fortunately, I was blessed to go and study at Harvard Business School in the latter part of my 40s. So before I turned 50, I graduated from Harvard Business School. I'm an alum there now. And when we read 142 case studies of companies, leading companies around the world, I realized that many of the things that I believed were right when I started my journey were actually right. They got affirmed to me academically at the highest level. But instinctively, I knew they were right early because, firstly, I think as a leader, you need to have gut. You need to have the instinctive gut to tell you where to go and why you're going there. And you really need to believe in that goal that drives you to get there. Because as a leader, other people will follow you. Ultimately, being a leader means that and for me, leadership is about leading from the front. And if you're leading from the front and setting the example for others to follow, you've got to be clear on where it is you're going. Because you can't lead someone to somewhere that you don't know where you're going. So I think the first thing with leadership is, when I started my journey, was understanding that instinctively. And the second thing that I understood was that it would require a lot of patience. It would require a lot of perseverance. So if I look at my own qualities as a leader, it's the never give up attitude, that I will have the endurance and the perseverance to see through something to the finish. It's easy to start something, but it's really how you finish it that counts. And then as I've gone on my journey of leadership, I would say the thing that I would like to have known the most when I started my journey would be that I've learned along the way that it's not always about yourself. In fact, I was given an award last year from the Zimbabwean Institute of Management, the Zimbabwean Institute of Management. And we're not a member of that institute, but they honored me as the leader in the private sector, as the businessman of the year. And they asked a question to the floor that no one knew the answer. Fortunately, I knew the answer. Don't ask me how. I don't think I learned it at Harvard, but I knew. And the question was, what is the difference between managers and leaders? And the differentiating factor is that leaders are able to get people to do the things that they didn't know they could do. And managers are the people that typically get people to do things they don't want to do. So I think it's about inspiring people. And along that leadership journey, if I knew when you started out that it's really the people around you that are the most important thing. Leadership itself is to benefit others. And I'm a godly man, and I believe God blesses you to be a blessing to others. So it's not so much, you're not leading for yourself. You can't be a leader. You can be a leader of yourself, but that's not what's going to get you to become an ultimate successful leader who makes a big difference. And your sphere of influence will only be increased when you realize that what you're doing, leading, is actually leading other people and getting them to do the things that they didn't know they could do. So it's about inspiring other people, about giving them hope, about seeing a vision in the future that they can't see for themselves. And that's why a recent book I've been reading, Dan Sullivan's, who's one of, I don't know if you know, he's an executive coach from America. He's known as the leading entrepreneurial coach in the world. And he wrote a book recently called It's Not the How, but the Who. So in life, it's not so much about how to get things done, but it's who's going to get them done for you. Because if you want to exponentially increase your ability, your talent, and the money you make along with that talent and the time you spend, you can't do it on your own, because you reach a certain level where you can't do more than you can do. But then the people around you that you invest into can exponentially increase that potential you have, tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold even. And that's why you see tech entrepreneurs, becoming billionaires in their 20s. It's not because of what they've done. Yes, they've come up with a unique product, but it's really the team around them that have driven that product. And Apple's a good example today. The founder's not alive anymore, but look at the growth of Apple. It's $1 trillion company. It's transformed their lives and will continue. So I think being a leader is about developing the people alongside you and around you and benefiting society as a whole. And if I knew that in the beginning, I think my leadership journey would have been slightly different in terms of investing more into people earlier on and understanding the role of how what I do benefits others.
Thank you, Ken. Excellent input. I can't wait to share it with people. Thank you for sharing it with us, and thank you for accepting the award and being part of this, this elite group of successful leaders. And they're not all at the very top. We believe successful leaders are on all levels, but thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Adrian.